we can live in this country happily if we have proper borders. So if the Boers have their land and the Tswanas have their land and the Zulus have their land, we do not want to mix. Leave Joburg for the cosmopolitans and all this type like
sounds like apartheid, though.
Yeah, properly, yes.
Some white South Africans, they are admitting that they want apartheid back because apartheid had a lot of benefit to them but was not good for the black South Africans. Watch this video first, then we come and dive into this video.
There's a certain amount of people which wants to create a nation of unity. And then there's us, the Boers. We don't take part in this, and we're not going to. And we're not going to go away. And we're the rightful owners of this land. So, so that doesn't mean we doesn't see the sunshine over other people. Okay, if you go back in history, you would actually see that the Boers have negotiated with the tribal chiefs and the kings, and we have see them as equal, and we have give them their peace. Okay. Now,
Carry on, we can hear you.
if we want to share one country, we must first accept the realities.
Help me understand something. If we're going to live in the same country, but you don't want unity, how do we do it?
We never wanted unity.
No, I accept what you're saying.
Okay.
I accept that. That's what you said. What I'm saying is, then how do we live in one country?
Oh, that's very easy, okay? We can live in this country happily if we have proper borders. So if the Boers have their land and the Tswanas have their land and the Zulus have their land, we do not want to mix. Leave Joburg for the cosmopolitans and all this type like
sounds like apartheid, though.
Yeah, properly, yes.
Okay, all right. Let me hear what my panelists have to say. Mr. Langa? Kaya?
5 minutes. Why did you give me 30 seconds?
Sit down.
You arrest me.
Yes.
These two. This is intimidation.
Tired of your black colonization.
Then leave.
Because we have been bullied.
Sit easy.
I'm not going because you say I'm going.
I don't care. Please.
Wow. Okay, so where do I start? So this gentleman in this video clip, he's a Boer, and he's saying that he's admitting that the majority of South Africans want to be united. And he's also admitting that the Boer nation is not part of that united movement. They want the segregation back. They want apartheid back. So yes, go look at that clip. It's really interesting because the reason why I'm finding this is so powerful is because this is pretty much what majority of the Boers are thinking right now, and the Afrikaners. This is where the indoctrination mindset comes in. A lot of people won't admit it openly to how racist they are and how they miss the apartheid years. But just go look on any of the social media pages. If anybody puts a picture apartheid era, you would see a lot of white people say, "Oh my God, those were the good old days, the good old days, the good old days." So that would show that what I'm saying is correct. A lot of Afrikaners say that me speaking up against racism in my own community makes me a race traitor or not like Afrikaners. And the fact is that I actually do love my culture, and I do love my people, and I do love my language. What I don't like is the toxicity within my culture. And we've evolved. I want our culture to evolve with how the world has evolved today. And I'm hoping that a video, like somebody would just watch this video and say, you know what, I need to change. We can't carry on like this. And I'm just going to hope for the best.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Apartheid was started between 1948 and 1994. In South Africa, this was where we call it segregation, where we had white South Africans and black South Africans. And by this, white South Africans had a lot of advantages from this segregation. But black South Africans were going through a lot. And why do you think some white South Africans prefer apartheid to be brought back, simply because this I'm talking more so for the Boers. The Boers were like the first white people to come into South Africa, the Boers. So they're wanting this, maybe because right now it's hard for them. The advantages they got back then, they can't get it right now. For example, job reservations. At that time of apartheid, the white people are given jobs first, as first priority, and then black people will be given. So they had these economic advantages, and which they doesn't enjoy right now. And when the days is going on, when the days continue going on, this superiority or this advantage, it's going down from the white people, and that's why they are seeing it as a threat. That back then during apartheid, it was easy for them to access land. It was very easy for them to access lands. But right now, it is so hard. Now, let's dive into benefits of apartheid to white South Africans, and we see the reason why you think right now they want it back. Okay? Number one, we have talked about economic advantages. When we talk about economic advantages, we talk about access into land and resources. Because between 1913 1936, there were amendments in land acts that were reserved, majority of them were reserved for the white people, and they dominate agriculture and resources. Again, job reservations, we have talked about that. The high paying jobs were industries, the high paying jobs and industries were legally reserved for the white workers, ensuring their economic dominance. Another thing about under economic advantages, we talk about educational and skill trainings. White South Africans had access to quality educations rather than black South Africans. Another thing is about subsidizing of services, where white enjoyed better housing, healthcare, infrastructure, and often subsidizing taxes paid by all South Africans. Okay? That's the benefit under economic. They enjoyed these economic advantages. Quality health, quality education, quality infrastructure, high paying jobs, etc., etc. Again, the benefit they got from this apartheid is political and legal control, because the white people were more in executive and political decision making through limited voting rights restricted to their demographics. Okay? So protected their interest, including laws that suppressed dissent from other racial groups. So they were so dominant in political. They were like the one making the decision of South Africa. They were the one in the high ranks, executive ranks. They were the one there. Another thing is social privileges, which they got. Their living conditions was quality. They had access into segregated neighborhood with better amenities and services. Okay? They dominated media, education, public narrative was shaped to reinforce the white or to reinforce white culture and social supremacy. They had better securities and policing. So this is one of the benefits, or one of the benefits they were getting during apartheid. Another thing is economic exploitation of black labor. Because during apartheid, black South Africans were relegated to low range, low payment jobs. They are the one who are doing these labor works, and just like slaves, if I'm not wrong to say that. They had something called global economic and strategy positioning, because due to their control of key industries like mining, white South Africans benefited from international trade and wealth accumulation, even under global sanctions. These are the benefits they got during apartheid, and it was to them. It was very smooth to them, and that's why some of them are saying that it's better that way. Because I get it, white South Africans or white people, they like suffering is not their thing. They love soft life, where they have black labor. They can access to security easily. They can access to healthcare, quality. It is like they think that is what they deserve. But other races deserve to struggle. That's what they think. a lot of things changed when apartheid ended. A lot of things changed, starting with political changes, where we had a black president, and when we had a black president and black leaders, things changed. Their privileges reduced. Something like end of racial laws. There's some laws were being kept there to benefit the white South Africans. But when apartheid ended, the racial laws ended. Another thing is social changes. Public spaces, schools, and neighborhood began to integrate, allowing people of all races to interact. Now black South Africans and white South Africans can go to same school. Black South Africans and white South Africans can board the same bus. They can go to the same hospital. That changes. And this was too bad for some of white South Africans because they had not prepared for this. Maybe most of them knew a time will come, but a lot had not prepared for them to be going to school, same school with other races. This changed. It changes. Some things that changed was economic changes. Now, we had something or programs were introduced to promote economic participation by black South Africans through affirmative actions, job creations, and business ownership. Now, it was time for black people to own businesses, black people to run companies, because all those good jobs and all those high-paying jobs, all those opening of business of companies were things of white people only. Now, end of apartheid was a major victory to black people, but was a setback for white people. Because, tell me, you are here as a white person, like even you love enjoying free space, public spaces, like it's your race only, or the people of your tribe. You are going in companies to look for job. Because of this tribe, you are given the job right away, high payment, and then abruptly things changed. It is not easy for white South Africans, some of them. It is not easy, and it was not easy for some white people who were racist to adapt that change. Not easy. Because during that time, I believe that they were being taught, whites who were in South Africa, they were being taught that we are the best. We are better than them. See how they are working? See they are working in labor. See what they are doing? We are the best. So children of that days grew up knowing that they are superior than black people. But right now, it is totally different. Some of them are saying it is like a reversed apartheid, but I don't see black people or black South African. I don't think they are doing what white South Africans did to them. Black people, sometimes even if they say we are uncivilized, but we have good heart. Okay? These white South Africans who are saying that they want apartheid back, I don't think that is the solution. Solution is for these white South Africans and black South Africans, because we cannot deny that white South Africans, this is their land, because some of them came here earlier, they were born here, so they can access lands here, they can access health here. We can't say that they go back to their home, which they don't know. What we want to say is for them to unite. That supremacy is over. That privilege is over. What we'll do as white South Africans is to accept that we are living in different world. Okay? Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Do you think apartheid should be brought back in South Africa? Until next episode, peace be with you.